Goodbye. I'm talking to Sue Edwards this morning. Premium CVs. How to write your CV, general advice, how to make yours stand out from the crowd. What shouldn't you put in, Sue?
Quite a few things, actually. I've had several requests in the past to put a photo on a CV.
A photo?
A photo.
The number of people who've sent CVs to me attaching a photo, and I never know whether that's right or not.
I wouldn't.
Specifically if you're ugly, I suppose. No, I don't mean that unfair, but, it could put people off, couldn't it? Or if you're too pretty, it could actually have the same effect.
You're right, actually. In fact, I read something on the internet a while ago saying that there was a particular job going and they would only interview those or talk to those who sounded good and who were attractive and a certain age. And when I say a certain age, I mean in their 20s or whatever, because that was the right person, the right sort of age group for that job. But I don't know about employment law, but I don't think you can justify that. There's certain things you can't do. So you have to be very careful.
I suppose if you've got a trendy bar, then you want trendy barmaids, don't you? You want young, trendy barmaids. You don't want somebody who's in their 60s.
No.
I can see that, but... And this is the problem, isn't it? The discrimination thing.
Yes, most definitely. And, of course, the minute you put your photo on it, that's it. People get a picture of you and... It can be, but shouldn't be off-putting, a photograph. So no, I definitely wouldn't do that. Although one client did ask me, quite a while ago now, to actually specifically do him a CV with a photo on it. Having already done him a normal CV, he wanted one with a photo on it. And I said, no, I wouldn't do it. And he said, oh, it's for a specific project. So I said, OK, I'll do it. But I wouldn't normally, no, definitely.
Yeah, I suppose
not.
If you're going for a modelling job, then you can see the sense.
Of course, yes. Yeah, something that's specific, a modelling job or creative job, something like that, then yes, it is appropriate. But not normally.
But things like hobbies and things like that.
Yes, hobbies are important, actually. There could be something in there, again, that's applicable to the job you're applying for. So, yes, definitely. And, in fact, quite a few people say to me, why do I need to put hobbies on there? But that's the point. There's always something within your CV. If you're a very close runner with somebody else, maybe 10 or 20 people, then there's got to be something that stands out in your CV that makes the employer say, that's the person for us, because they've got exactly what we're looking for.
And also, if you put down you like sailing and the employer likes sailing, you're in with a shout.
Yes.
I know it sounds silly.
It does, but also these things help to relax you when you get to, you get to your interview. So yes, it's all important stuff. And with sailing or anything that's slightly unusual, then yes, definitely put it in. I mean, everybody reads, everybody goes for walks, things like that. But even that sort of thing, it shows that you're keen to do other things other than working. So it all makes a round picture of you at the end of the day.
What about age?
No.
Don't put your age in.
Funnily, if I don't, unless somebody specifically asks me to. Although, having said that, if I have a student CV straight out of college, then I probably would do. Specifically because they're young and because they don't have enough experience. So I would put it in that case. But no, it might go against you, because if you're maybe 60 odd, I get quite a lot of people asking 50 plus to do a CV, which is great. They have lots of good experience, but. It doesn't do any favours, I don't think, to put age on. Although, having said that, I've spoken to one or two people who've said when we've read CVs, we look for the age. I mean, if you think about it, if you've got 30, 40 years' experience, it's obvious that you're that age anyway. But as a rule, no, I wouldn't put age on.
Yeah,
if I do put... Sorry.
More people now are tending to look for the more mature people because,
yes.
I'm sorry, but a lot of younger people, they don't seem to care about their appearance, they don't appear to care about timekeeping. It's the little things, and with older people, they're going to turn up 10 minutes, quarter of an hour before they're ready, they'll get changed, they'll get ready before they actually sign on, and this sort of thing. Those are the important things that we've stopped teaching younger people to do at school.
Yes.
I sound old and grumpy, and I'm not. Well, I am.
No, it's interesting actually you mentioning school, because I do feel that kids 16 plus coming out of school possibly don't get the right they don't get the right support for their CV. Several student CVs I've done in the last few months, students have told me that they have no idea how to write a CV, and this really surprises me. They shouldn't need to come to someone like me to help them do it.
We were taught it before we left school, how to write CVs and things like that.
Although it does change, I think, over the years. I mean, of course, now it's very difficult because the job market out there is so competitive.
We all used to sit and face the front at school as well and look at the blackboard, but you don't do that anymore now, do you? What about lying on your CV? This could be a bit of a minefield, couldn't it, if you actually lie?
Yes, it'll catch up with you in the end, definitely. It's this is something actually that we try to rule out. Well, you have to rule out when it comes to the consultation, because if you do get to the interview stage and you've said something on your CV that's not true, you'll be asked questions, and of course, it's a complete waste of time. Really, you've got to be truthful. You've got to be true to yourself. Otherwise, there's just no point. It'll of course reflect on your character anyway if you do things like that. So there's really no need.
And I suppose if you're actually caught out lying when you've got the job, they've got good grounds for sacking you.
Yes, this is it. And of course there's employment law to deal with. There's an awful lot there, so it's a bit of a minefield.
Now, you go every week up to the advice centre, don't you?
Yes, I do, yes, the volunteer centre up on the top of the town. Every Thursday afternoon I do a free CV review from 1 till 4 in the afternoon, and anyone can come along, bring their CV to me. We sit down for 15 minutes, sometimes half an hour, depending on how complicated their CV is, and just give you a bit of advice on how it should be laid out. And you can always go home and come back to me again the following week, and we can do the same again. Because so many CVs that I see are poorly laid out, or just poor CVs full stop. And people just don't realise that they shouldn't do this. There's no point in sending a CV that's bad off, because they may not even get an interview. They may not even get told by the employer that they don't want to be interviewed. So it's such a shame.
But if somebody's coming to the volunteer centre, presumably you'd like them to have a stab at doing a CV first, and then
yes.
You can direct them from there.
Yes, well, a CV can take me anything up to half a day. So,
which is why in your normal day job you get paid for doing it.
Exactly, yes, I would do. But then, of course, with asking me to do a CV, I will do the whole thing for them. So other than getting together, finding out exactly what they need, then it's up to me to write it up fully, put the right wording in, make it concise as we can. And a lot of people can't do this. A lot of people find it's quite hard. But with a CV3 review, it's totally up to the client to write it themselves, but obviously with help from me as to what should and shouldn't go in it, and making it as straightforward it should be. Some people put it on coloured paper, put flowers on it, all that sort of thing. So it's really what you should and shouldn't do. But that's...
So it's got to be plain white, black writing?
Yes, yeah.
Easy read typeface?
Easy to read, yes. Good typeface.
No spelling mistakes?
No spelling mistakes, yes. There's an awful lot, actually. There's an awful lot that can go wrong in a CV. And even people in high-up positions have said to me, oh gosh, where do I start? And we go through the process, and at the end of it they say, goodness me, I didn't realise I was capable of so much, and I would never have done this on my own. And this is where I come in. And as I say, you can either have a free CV review and then keep doing that until you feel it's right, or you can ask for my help and I'll get more involved in it, and then obviously that's a paid service. But no, if you can't afford it, then that's no problem at all, or you can email me your CV. That's another way of doing it. But yes, I'm at the volunteer centre every week.
Every Thursday?
Every Thursday afternoon, yes.
Yeah, so what sort of... You must get feedback as to whether your CV is successful or not. Because all you can do is get them into the interview, isn't it? You can do nothing more.
Exactly, yeah. That's the job of your CV, to get the interview. Once you're at that point, and it's entirely up to you to sell yourself.
You're on your own.
You're on your own. But also that can be a problem, because if you overdo it or you do it wrong and you flunk your interview, then you've had it. So you've really got to be prepared. And of course it's nerve-wracking. Any interview is nerve-wracking. So you've really got to be prepared, get there in good time and all the rest of it.
Do you give advice to people on what to wear and how to, to turn up on time and things like that?
Yes.
Because that's important, isn't it?
It is.
You've got to look right. People turn up in an old sweatshirt or something, and they ain't going to get the job the moment they walk through the door.
Well, this is it, and first impressions count, most definitely. And I mean, the wrong attitude counts too. You know, if your CV has managed to impress someone enough to get you an interview, but you turn up an interview in, I don't know, shorts or jeans or whatever, then you're not going to be, make a good impression. Because, as I say, there's so much competition. If somebody else walks in with a lovely, very well turned out and with a good CV, they're going to be the person, to go for. So there's an awful lot to get wrong.
So you might feel a bit silly dressing up for the day, but it's worth it in the end.
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, if you're serious enough about it, you want the job enough, you're gonna make the effort.
It's a fact of conforming, isn't it? I know people don't like to conform these days, but to conform to what a company is expecting from you, I suppose.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, a company wants someone who can make a difference and make, be part of the team and what have you. And if you don't fit that, then it's
you're out the door.
You're out the door, yes.
Sue, thank you very much for coming in and joining us this morning. If somebody does want to email their CV to you, where do they send it to? Or do they just go onto your website?
They can do both, yes. The website is all the W's, Premium CVs, which is premiumcvs.co.uk, or my email is sue@premiumcvs.co.uk.
Or they can come up to the UVic.
Or they can come up to UVic, on a Thursday, or give me a call from the website, and we can have a chat about it.
Sue, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.